everybody, welcome to my Project Pan update number 5. Lots has happened, and I mean a lot has happened. Let's just start with something that's very exciting. It is me hitting pan on my blush. Now this is a shallow blush, but it's a blush all the same. So you can see next to my highlighter and my blush are two that have like literally been touched once. So you can see how big the dips are and how big the pans are. I'm going to be rolling this out, but it's actually really bittersweet because I still love this. I love the highlighter, I love the blush, they stay on all day. This is my perfect blush color. Oops, sorry. This is my perfect blush color. Absolute rosy pink. It's just a perfect blush. So I am going to officially roll it out of the project, but I'm not going to stop using it. I just love it too much. Okay, next item is another highlighter that I rolled in when I hit pan on this. It is a Catrice highlighter. I have a picture from when I first put it into the project. And here it is today. You can see that I've worn off a lot of the pattern. The pan, there's not like a big dip in the pan. It's mostly me wearing off of the pattern, but you can see there's a little chunkiness there. It isn't a super smooth highlighter. I have it on today. It has some glitter, but it's pink, so it's quite light as like in the pan. It's what you would expect from a Catrice shimmery light pink highlighter. So I'm gonna keep working on it. It's not my favorite highlighter, but I'm gonna keep working on it because I want to get use out of it. This is one of the first highlighters I ever bought, so I just got to keep going. Okay, so then I have my Featherlight Mineral Veil. I haven't got a huge amount of progress on this. It's basically the line is right underneath the line still. I've kind of put this aside because I wanted to get through the Laura Mercier powder that I'm also panning. And this is hard, it's so small, it's hard to really see. But I can kind of see it's like right here on that side and like right here on that side. So I've got some good progress on it. I'm probably about a third of the way through this little sample. Another item I had that was kind of hard to mark because it's one of those like it's high up here and then it's way down here. It's like way down here, right here, and then it's stuck to the side up here still. And it's the Hourglass Mineral Veil, or Veil Mineral Primer, my bad. So you can see where I was and where I am. But it's kind of like that, you know what I mean? It's a weird one, but I'm making really good progress. I mostly just use this with the Hourglass foundation, but I have used it otherwise. I really love this primer. It just feels so good. Okay, my next one is my concealer. I haven't made a ton of progress on this concealer because I've been trying out tons of concealers this month. I'm just on this concealer kick with my under eyes. But what I have found is I used to like hate this and now I'm loving it. Then I have my palette. Now, people that watched the video where I explained why I switched out my palette said they couldn't hear me. I'm trying really hard to work on that. But I switched out my palette. If you didn't watch that video, I don't blame you. I switched out my palette because I felt like I'd gotten to know everything I could from my Semi-Sweet palette. I'd made some good progress, but it's not an old palette. My reason for project panning is yes, to use up older products to get the most use out of my products and not waste my money, but also to learn. I like learning about makeup generally, and I like to learn how things work with me and then hear other people's opinions about it too. It's very interesting to me. It's all interesting to me. Okay, so I'm switching over to I'm switching to the Modern Renaissance because it's a good companion palette for some of my eyeshadow sticks and just, yeah, it's probably one of my older palettes that I still have, and it's gotten some love, not a ton, but enough. And it's funny, I've been drawn to colors I was intimidated by before, and that was these right here. I'm really not attracted to this side anymore, which was my kind of safe zone and real gar. Sorry, my bad. But I just want to get to know this palette. I want to understand this palette. And so far, I've been enjoying using it paired with other palettes. My brow powder. The dark blonde, medium brown, Bare Minerals. This powder is so old, but it still applies really well. I still can't mark it on the outside. I almost could, but it's hard to see. There we go. You know, it'll take me the rest of the year to use this up. I use this every time I do my brows, which is most days, pretty much every day, except for my days off. I don't always bother with it. Now, my Hourglass Vanish Stick. I will be so glad when this is done. I have had a real, like anything else, a real struggle with this, and I'm right here. So I've made a decent progress. I don't wear this I only wear this when I'm not at work. So this is funny. My Wet n Wild blush stick, pretty much the same exact shade as the blush I was using. This is my color. This is colors I'm drawn to. So yeah, I'm still working on it. Still working on it. I freaking Burberry eyeshadow stick. It's this big, and I use it on my inner corner. I didn't today. I should probably pop some in, but it doesn't really go with the gold. Yeah, I'm determined to use this up as much as I can because it falls out. But I'm going to use this as long as it's functional. And you can see the progress on that guy right there. I still have not used my Urban Decay Rocksteady. I just haven't. And then my NARS Cruella. It's out in the car. So what I'm going to do, I am going to get it out of the car and mark it here and just insert a picture because I do use that the most. That is my update on my products. I am going to I'm going to roll in some new products. So, a couple of things I want to include in my project now is, now that I hit pan on that blush, I have this guy that I have not touched. Like, I've literally touched the shades. Like, I just swatched it the other day for the first time though. Yeah, so that's a thing that I've been waiting to be able to roll this in. I wanted to get my feet wet with that little palette. I just really loved the shades in that Ulta palette. But now I am ready to branch out and try some different shades of blush. There's a little separator there, which I appreciate. And this is a highlighter, and then this is a highlighter. I'm probably going to use both because this one's more similar to the Catrice, and this is more gold tone. I don't know my specific goals on this yet. I would like to wear off the pattern on some of these. I just want to get to know the colors. I want to get to know what blush shades pair well with different eyeshadow looks. This Extraordinary one is one I probably won't play with too much because it's shimmery. I'm not a real big fan of shimmery blushes, but I'm not closing my mind to them because that's not my style. And this one right here also has a little bit of a sheen, but I would like to try some more like plum colors, deeper colors, and also some more peachy colors and brown peachy tones. So I have those. I have this e.l.f. face palette that was passed on to me by a friend, and it was practically new when she gave it to me. It's this one that's the contour, bronzer, highlight, and just kind of setting powder. I have dipped into the highlighter probably the most. And recently I started using the bronzer because I have one other bronzer, and it's a big Wet n Wild one. But I would love, love, love to get some use out of these two pans. So definitely my goal is to hit pan by the end of the year on this bronzer. That is my official goal. The other ones I just want to get use out of. Probably this highlighter will be the one, maybe this setting powder, I don't know. But this is something I want to add in, especially in the summer. And I'm trying to use bronzer to give my face a little bit more dimension. I do like that pale skin, red lips, like vintage type look. But I want to play around more. I want to expand more, try different looks out, not just like my preference. You know, try some different things that other people like and other things that I see people do that inspire me and just make me kind of want to play and experiment. So those are the two new products I have in this project. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you in a month. Bye-bye.